How to Talk to Anyone by Leil Lowndes is a book. It's a list of 92 different little tricks for big success in relationships. I reviewed it a couple years ago, and it's probably one of the most viewed videos on this entire channel. So I figured now we could go over some unique and exciting tips from it. Something I liked a lot about this book is that some of the tips you just won't hear really anywhere else. And some of the tips really are little. I mean, it literally is just a couple small words or changes in words that you use very commonly when networking or just talking to strangers. So let's talk about these tips from How to Talk to Anyone by Leil Lowndes. By the way, the title is a little bit misleading. It's not 5, it's actually 7. And just so you guys know, there are affiliate links in the description. So if you guys buy anything through those links, then I get commission, which really helps me sustain the growth of this channel and keep making these videos. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam, and I want to make self-growth normal, because people shouldn't have to look this information up. It should just be mainstream knowledge. If you agree, then please make sure to smash that like button. Tip number 1 is eavesdrop. A usual theme that you'll hear in books like this is the importance of establishing a common ground. Right? I'm talking about finding out in a smooth sort of way what you have in common with people. A mentor of mine somehow manages to do this with literally everyone he meets. Everyone. And I'm starting to notice actually that it's really the first thing he does when he talks to them. You know, I was in Atlanta once, hanging out with a few friends, and I was explaining to them how I'm just not that much of a people person. But this was about a year before I got into sales. One of them told me something that reminded me of this tip. What you do is you listen in on someone else's conversation and just sort of absorb the ambiance of the whole thing. And eventually you jump in on it, obviously not interrupting anyone, but when you hear something that you think to yourself, I can relate to this. What you're looking for when you eavesdrop is your chance to say, excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear X. This is an easy and polite way to get in the middle of someone's conversation and establish that common ground. Number 2, never the naked city. The rule here is to never give a one-word answer to where are you from. What is your town known for? It's the town or city of X or Y. I live in Pittsburgh. Let me know your answer, by the way, to this in the comments below. Where are you from? And don't just give one word. Say it's the town or city of this. So like, Pittsburgh is the city of bridges. It is actually called by many people the city of bridges. It literally has so many bridges. There are 445 bridges in Pittsburgh. More than any other city in the world, even Venice, Italy. And if anybody debates this, apparently, I looked into this when I was writing this. The debate hinges upon the criteria of what you consider a bridge. I'm talking about you, Hamburg, Germany. Respect to Hamburg, but anybody in business may know Pittsburgh as the birthplace of the Carnegie Steel Company, founded by Andrew Carnegie, someone who would be worth around $310 billion today. Learn something about your area that people can comment on. Something that will generate curiosity and gather interest. I grew up in Allentown, the home of Dorney Park. Dorney Park is it's really the most exciting and notable thing about Allentown. But when I tell people about it in Pittsburgh and they look at me like I have 3 eyes, 5 necks, and a blood diamond in my forehead, I digress. Feel free to comment your answer below. Where are you from? It's never the naked city. Number 3, never the naked job. This is just about the same thing. Don't state just your title, especially if you're an accountant. Like, come on, really. There's just something about the word accountant that will terminate every conversation ever. If you really just don't want to have a conversation with someone who asks you what you do for a living, just tell them you're an accountant. But seriously, guys, like find an exciting, comprehensive way to say what it is that you do for a living. I once heard Tony Robbins say something that changed my life. Yeah, I know, right? Who hasn't? People don't buy products. They buy feelings. Unless I'm in a rush, I never tell people just the 3 words, I'm a YouTuber. I mean, I'm still in sales, but YouTube side hustle or whatever. I never just tell people I'm a YouTuber. Most people who hear that and know what YouTube is are pretty intrigued anyway. Number 4, trash the teasing. Okay, so I know this isn't the review, but since I didn't mention the review, the author's writing style is just extremely flamboyant. Like almost too flamboyant. I don't know. Here's what the author said about teasing. A dead giveaway of a little cat is his or her proclivity to tease. An innocent joke at someone someone else's expense may get you a cheap laugh. Nevertheless, the big cats will have the last one because you'll bang your head against the glass ceiling they construct to keep little cats from stepping on their paws. Never, ever make a joke at someone else's expense. You'll wind up paying for it dearly. I don't know how often people do this, and I also don't know what she means by expense, but teasing is definitely worth adding to that list of activities to avoid at all costs. Number 5, bearing the hot button. Finding out what the hot issues are in their fields. Kind of like gobbledygook. Gobbledygook, again, flowery, made up words type flowery. Like the type of flowery that can dry up 17 tons of tortilla dough flowery. I'm talking about the type of flowery that, well, you know what I mean. Gobbledygook is actually kind of self-explanatory. What it is simply job terminology, the language that pertains primarily to a particular job. This is sort of like gobbledygook news, if you will. When it comes to bearing the hot button, we're talking about current issues in a field of work. Current issues that people get excited about learning how to solve. Current news that moves people to action. The type of news that makes you want to scream from the rooftops that you're a goofy goober or something. Do a few Google searches and you'll see something, you will. Number 6, potent imaging. This one is really interesting. It's subtle, kind of, but again, you don't hear these anywhere else. At least I haven't. Here, you are using words that reference the interests of the person you're speaking with. What does this mean? This means that if your colleague has a garden, you say, for example, that they are sowing the seeds of success. If they have a boat and they like to do a lot of boating, say, whatever floats your boat, or we're making waves, I don't know. You are referencing the interests of the person you're speaking with. This is just sort of another tool that you could put in the box that will add a little bit of, oh, this guy, gal got some personality right here. Number 7, the premature we. This one's actually pretty cool because it's a unique and again subtle way to build common ground even when there isn't any, through context alone, like where you are and what's going on. You could also easily use the word us, not just we. This is where in the building of a relationship, you use the word we or us in a sentence way earlier than the other person normally would. They won't see us doing that. Should we see if we're able to do this? Saying stuff like that will make it come off like you're already friends and have been for a while. If you are in sales or networking, you may have already heard the advice of speaking with someone you've just met as if you've been friends with them for years and you're catching up or something. This sort of adds comfort in the other person's ability to see it that same way. But those are 7 different tips from How to Talk to Anyone by Leil Lowndes. Again, there's a link in the description if you guys want to check it out and read the reviews. Which was your favorite tip? Did you guys check out this book? Did you like it? Let me know which was your favorite tip from the whole book. And again, let us know that city that you're from. And clothe it. Don't let it be naked out there, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I don't get why people watch this far into my videos and they don't subscribe. But if you have subscribed and you want to turn it up just a notch and turn on that notification bell to get a notification whenever I drop any videos, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.